Sports Central town hall, but everybody else but me and Stevo decided not to show up. But we gonna be talking about the Chicago Bulls, man, the season-ending pressures, and kind of the concerns and everything left from it. Steve, I'm just gonna come right to you on this one, bro, because I talked about it a little bit today on the mailbag episode, but didn't go into like heavy detail. Right. Like leaving from this, and we'll talk about some of the individual pressures in a second, but like just overall from leaving from yesterday in the pressures, how'd you feel?
Bro, I was kind of confused because I'm sitting here like, did we this if I didn't know any better and I just joined this live stream, I would have thought like, bro, did we just lose in the third round in a 7-game series? Because the way y'all talking is like y'all are so confident and so like like this right path they keep talking about. I'm like, what path? To hell? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what path? Like, what is getting beat in the first round and not making the playoffs? How is that correlating to a good path? Like, I'm not understanding. Like, I get some of his talking points. Like, yeah, last year it was like the opposite. We was beating everybody, but we couldn't beat good teams. And when we did play good teams, we was getting killed. Now this year, everything was a close game, but we couldn't close a lot of those games. So it's like I get what he's saying like that. Like on the surface, it looked like we're not that far away, but when you really look at the totality of the roster, the ages and everything, it's like, bro, if we ain't getting somewhat close now, I don't know what path you're talking about, to be honest with you.
I don't know if you're talking about eventually to the path of a number 1 overall pick. What fucking path are we talking about? Like real talk. Like, and I hate to be, I really do try to stay positive. There's enough pessimistic people around the Chicago Bulls that I still understand their stance that I really try not to take that most times. But like, AK really sat up there and talked like we were a win away from a title, and I'm just looking at like, did you see this team?
Yeah, bro, I promise you, I was sitting there like, okay, it's AK and Billy. That's just GM talk. When DeMar and Zach start talking, I'm like, oh no, that's a problem. They honestly believe like, oh, I'm totally confident in this duo. I feel like we was just right there, right where you ain't around the corner of nothing. You not even blocks away.
That's the path we on. It's to hell. That's where
straight hell for real.
It's. I get it. No. I don't think any president of basketball operations, GM, whatever, is gonna come on there and say, "Yeah, we suck. We about to trade all these motherfuckers." But at the same time, don't try to act like it's better than what it was. I'd respect more if you just got up there and said, "Listen, this season wasn't what we thought it was. We're gonna really evaluate, and we plan to improve the team." That. But to say it like, oh, well, we went 14-9 after the All-Star break. I don't think anything would have helped us improve much more than that. Bruh, it's 14-9. Like, it's not like you went 23-2. You went 14-9, bro. Come on, man.
That's not good. Like, yeah, it was just sitting there like, bro, I like you said, so most of it was GM talk, but I could tell like he honestly really believed that we're like, and I get it. Like yeah, you supposed to be a GM, you supposed to be pessimistic, you supposed to be optimistic, but it's like, bro, one thing about this city, we find bullshit fast, and we know what we see. Yeah. This team ain't showing no type of promise long term. You got like I keep saying, you two of your stars ain't finna be in your 30s. Let's think about that. Vooch is already in his 30s and might not come back. Yeah. Like y'all not even thinking about Vooch might not even want to be here, and you talking about the right path, like, and then realizing what you have to do to even get in. Like you look at all the Eastern Conference people, they improved drastically. Over the course of 2 to 3 seasons, and you stayed the same for 2 seasons, but really got worse because you lost your guard. So it's like I get you, but. One thing like I said, one thing you know about us and this team, we gonna find the bull. I mean, like you said, we know, but it's bullshit at the end of the day.
Yeah, and the way that I look at it is like, if we would have improved over last season, that's when you could say we're on the right path. Like we regressed in a lot of areas. Now there is something to be said about they didn't have their starting point guard. Kobe did progress. Patrick Williams showed some flashes. We'll hopefully start in next season with Zach LaVine being 100% healthy. And if they do start off with a better point guard, okay. I understand that. I'm not acting like those things don't help improve the team. But when you look at it, we have 8 free agents right now. A lot of those that we don't have, that it's not restricted. The only 2 restricted free agents are Io and Kobe. You control it. You can match any deal they get. But who's to say that Vooch won't leave to go to another team because it's closer to contending, right? Who's to say a team won't look at Javante as being the energy and defender off the bench and throw him some money? And then even then, AK made it seem, and I love that KC Johnson checked him because AK basically said he wanted to re-sign everyone. And KC was like, but hold up. You basically make it like, the ownership ain't about to let you go into the luxury tax. Like, we have to get to work. And the simple fact is that, right now, yeah, I'm pissed because of the way the season ended. I'm pissed after those press conferences. But you can improve the team. The biggest questions I have is the luxury tax, where we sit at the salary cap right now. What's going to happen with Lonzo Ball's contract? What's going on with Vooch? Can you convince Vooch to come back? And then what moves are you? Because you cannot make an omelet without cracking some eggs. And at least right now, it seems like AK is afraid to crack eggs as far as getting rid of some of the players he brought into this team. And that's an issue. That's definitely an issue.
Yeah, it's like, I get it. The continuity thing is real. Like, I know we all hate it, but like, yes, you do have to give time to teams. But like I said, there is no progression in getting bounced out the first round to not making the playoffs at all. Yeah. They're just not. So if you still want to hold out hope because you seeing flashes of things, like, this is not a player. We're talking about a team. We can't afford seeing flashes. It's either that or it's not. Yeah. Like, what you got. Like, I can look at Orlando and be like, yeah, bro, they got it going. Like, they have a mindset, they have a goal, they have an actual path they're going to. OKC has a path they're going to. Us, we just look old and confused.
And the thing is, and so L-Dog here says they don't have enough money to keep Vooch Cup. No, we have enough money to keep them. That's not the issue. Keeping them isn't the issue. It's going into we can keep all our free agents. That's not the problem. It's, though, if we do that, all right, you still need to add to the team. And that doesn't mean that you still can't do that. That just means you have to make trades. You have to move on from some of these players. And not just free agents. You have to actually make trades. Make trades.
And it kind of gives me that Chicago Bears feeling back in the day, because we fall in love with players. Like, I get it. Like, you see the flashes, you see the things, right? Like, I get it, but like, results. That's what we're looking for. It's a results proven league. Is what have you done for me lately? And lately, they have shown they're super inconsistent. So I'm not going to sit there and expect a team that's been inconsistent the whole time we've had them together and be like, oh, they're going to get it together. They have yet to show you that they can get it together. Mm-hmm. And then, KC Johnson asks a lot of hard questions, but still, nobody still asks any questions about coaching. Mm-hmm. And I'm even talking about changing decisions. Like, what's the damn scheme? We're not running nothing.
I keep telling y'all what the scheme is. Hope. Bro. Hope. That's the scheme. They hope that the other team's going to miss shots. They hope that we're going to be able to hit shots and hit threes ourselves. That's right now the coaching scheme. And here's another thing. You brought up coaching. Still have yet to admit that you gave Billy Donovan the extension. We still don't know how long the extension is for.
You gave the whole damn staff of this extension. Like we don't know that. Like, we know. Don't sit here and play stupid with us. That's one thing that would make a whole city flip on you. You play stupid with us. That we don't like that. I don't, bro. That whole press conference, from the players to the Billy to him, was just annoying. Because I'm saying, like, you're just not being truthful with yourself. If we as fans could sit here, and I know we as fans, we say a lot of things, but like, we know we suck. Well, the majority of us know we suck, and we not afraid to say it, bro. This how how I know we know that we as a whole we know we suck. People from other teams come in, we don't even say nothing. You right? We'll get on their ass any other time.
And see, that the thing is that here's the thing: this team has talent. I think everybody realizes that this team has talent. The problem isn't necessarily the talent; it's that you had teams that were less talented than us came in and kicked our ass on our home court repeatedly.
more than once.
That's a problem. What's going on, Kev?
What's the word, gentlemen?
Hey,
My
that's a nice hat. Hold on. Let me
Bro.
that's okay. All
Hey.
right. It's rare that I see a hat I don't got. I ain't got that one. That's a nice hat there, brother. Kev, leaving from the press conferences yesterday, how you feeling about the Bulls in the future, brother?
I don't know, man. I was kind of disappointed in the front office and the stuff they were saying. Like, it feels like they feel like they did everything they could to put out a good product this season, and I just disagree. Like, are they delusional? Like, what's going on? Like, seriously, when we got AK and Mark Eversley, I figured that was going to be a changing of the guard that was necessary for the Bulls to start going in the right direction. Then they drafted Patrick Williams. Nobody really saw that coming. Then they, signed Lonzo Ball. But ever since Lonzo Ball got hurt, it's almost like they want us to be okay with the idea of what they had in mind for the Bulls.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good point.
Hey,
that's
the bar. That's the bar from this episode right there. Go ahead, keep cooking, Kev.
That's it though. Like, so I was disappointed to hear them say things like, "Oh, we're not gonna rebuild," or "We're not planning on blowing it up." Like, what are you planning on doing then? Like, something got to change. Something has to be done for this squad. Like, they were below 500 for a reason. They did not deserve to make it to the playoffs. I know we're Bulls fans and we watched the play-in tournament and we wanted them to win, but they didn't deserve to make the playoffs because they were a crappy team all season. And it just doesn't seem like the front office feels that way.
Facts. I'm glad you brought that up because I feel like the main point that all from Kobe, from Zach to AK, Billy, they always said they kept repeating two things after the playoff. I mean, after the All-Star break and Lonzo.
Mm-hmm.
We understand that. Yeah, congratulations for doing your job. You played a good job after the All-Star break. Good job. But we're still not winning. We're still not about a 500. Nobody was talking to us like we was the Lakers, even though that's not even the greatest comparison. But like they sat there and said our roster's not good enough. I don't care what nobody say. There's moves to be made. It might not be the move we exactly want to make, but if it's a move to be made that can improve and that fits better, we're going to do it. And that's what they did. Mo Bamba still ain't played, but they still made that move because it makes sense.
Yeah.
We didn't do nothing.
They sat on their hands.
You know what I'm
from the cut people. My bad.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm gonna compare this Bulls, and this is like if your mama called you and said that chicken better be out when I come home from to thaw out, and you cleaned the bathroom and the kitchen, but that chicken still wasn't thawed out. I don't give a damn what else you did. You ain't do the shit I asked you to do. You ain't do that was needed. That bathroom wasn't even that goddamn dirty. AK, you didn't do what was needed. We knew coming, and that's the problem. We knew coming into the offseason, before free agency, much less the trade deadline, we needed size, we needed shooting. You went and got Andre Drummond, who I'll give you credit for. Now, Billy Donovan didn't play him, but I do think if Drummond played a little bit more and he didn't think he was Kobe at times trying to do Euro steps and shit, he could have taken care of the size aspect of it to a degree. And you did try to go out and get Danilo Gallinari. He decided to try to go to Boston. If we would have been talking about Drummond and Gallinari to this team, the size aspect would have been taken care of. But then you try to give us Goran Dragic for shooting.
Yep.
Bruh.
And he 40.
Come on.
Right.
And then, so you did that. And then we get to the trade deadline. You see size, even if you looked at Andre Drummond, we all knew we needed at least one more big. There were bigs that were given away for second-round picks. I get it. We got to give up a second-round pick this year. You use second-round picks. AK does value second-round picks. Okay.
Thanks.
You then went out and didn't get any shooters either. So it was inevitable. Yes, Patrick Williams coming into the team, seeing Pat Bev coming into this team and seeing what we look like with a true point guard. Cool. I get that. Thank you for that. I got what you getting on that. But we didn't
even trade for him, Haize. They picked him up from the scrap heap. That's what their big after the All-Star break trade deadline decisions were. Yeah. We gonna go get whoever is out there that nobody else wants.
Or that really wants to come here.
But he did have an impact though. So I'll give you credit on that.
I love Pat Bev, man, but come on, bro. We were all thinking it was going to be Russell Westbrook. Yeah. And then, we're looking at players on Detroit. We're looking at players on bad teams like, oh, we can get one of them. And then it was better players that was available. You're looking at players moving to different situations. You looked at Sadiq Bey go to Orlando because they were
Luke
trying to make
Kennard.
Luke Kennard, bro. That like we could have used him even before the season. Malik Monk was available, and they didn't even think about grabbing him. Him and Kobe play the same type of position.
I was about to say the way Kobe developed. I'm not mad at Malik Monk, but I understand where you're coming from with that.
But before the season, though, we were low on Kobe. Kobe came in and earned his way back onto the squad. But man, I don't know what's going on with this front office. And then the worst thing they did was re-sign the entire coaching staff secretly, like behind closed doors, like it was a conclave or something. They bogus.
I told y'all, bro. I already compared that. That's like when you smash a chick with a banging body, but she ugly. You don't bring her around your boys.
That's because you know.
Yeah, you know. Like my thing is that that we ain't even got the body. That's like banging the crackhead around the corner, bro. Just because you needed a nut. Like you cannot talk me into how giving Billy Donovan an extension at that time made sense. He had been here 2 seasons at that point. The one season, okay, it was evaluation season. That's cool. I don't think anybody holds Billy Donovan's first season here against him because we didn't know what the Bulls were going to be. The second season, solid season, but we won 8 out of our last 33 games. So you mean to tell me that on one season that was an evaluation season, another season that you played good the first half, but you won 8 out of your last 33 games, you saw that and said, this is enough. We're about to give you another contract. It made way more sense to evaluate. He still had 2 years on his deal.
Just
it didn't make any sense.
Let him play out the contract the same way we did Vooch this year. And another thing, look at Billy. Like you got Billy Donovan supposed to be a player developer coach. Ayo took the biggest step back that I've seen a second-year player take in a very long time. Like a very long. Like I can't believe how bad Ayo was this year on both ends of the court. And you got to look at coaching for stuff like that.
And I feel like that's why I went away from the press conference so badly because I'm sitting here like, bro, not only do we got idiots at the front office, we got an idiot coach. So it don't even matter who we bring in because we see the people we brought. We brought in Drummond. We brought in Pat. We didn't use them correctly. Pat shouldn't have been starting.
Yeah.
Pat shouldn't have started all those games. We didn't already said that. Drummond, you played Drummond when you felt like it.
And honestly, the coaching was responsible. What did we say throughout the season? They were directly responsible for what? 15 losses, 20 losses. That's like directly on coaching.
That's ridiculous. That should not be happening. That should not be happening. And this is why I went off when we hired him. I don't know why you wanted to hire him. Stop looking for these big name coaches to save the day. That's not what's going on no more. If you look at you either get a player, a coach that actually played, or you better get a coach that know what he's talking about, that can gather men around and tell them what to do, and they listen to it and know the X's and O's.
I would never thought that I would be saying I'd rather have Mike Brown as my coach right now.
Bro.
Like
Quinn Snyder, all of them.
Bro, okay, and as far as the Ayo thing, and listen, I love Ayo. I do think that Ayo can still bring out some potential, but as of right now, if Ayo comes into the next season as the Bulls, we're going to be celebrating if he hits a three-point shot like he's Ben Simmons or Anthony Bennett. Because the dude, like, how do you forget how to shoot?
He was shooting air balls.
Bro,
air balls.
Terrible.
And that air ball in the game against Miami, I'm glad that Billy Donovan set him down and never brought him back in the game. They need to be replaying that. Like, that needs to be in his mind every single day, bro. At the biggest stage, you literally had a chance. And the reason why you didn't play and you weren't out on the court, because you couldn't hit a shot. Me, you, and Kev almost hit as many shots as Ayo Dosunmu hit in that last game.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't
the whole
check into
damn
the game.
season.
That's crazy, bro.
The whole damn season. Like, I don't like it just looked to a point where his confidence was completely shook. And you can see it. And it's like Billy didn't do nothing to try to develop that confidence at all. He didn't go out there and set up plays. He didn't go out there and make them active. He was just going out there and said, show me something, kid. And you can't do that to everybody.
And then I'll bring up this, though. On a silver lining was Pat Williams' development.
Oh,
like he developed.
That was purely him.
I was about to say he developed in spite of the coaching in the situation, but he definitely got better. He averaged career highs in several categories, led the team in 3-point percentage. When he was aggressive, he looked good. But that was about it. Like that's one. Him and Kobe are like the main bright spots on the squad this year, and of course Zach LaVine's post All-Star approach to the game as well. But I don't really have too many good things to say about the product that they put out there this season. And we watched pretty much every minute of every game. So it's a lot that goes. They got a lot of work to do this offseason, and I'm not sure they got what it takes to put together the right type of team if they're still hedging their bets on Lonzo Ball getting healthy.
That's facts. That's facts. Mario P with the super chat. Thank you, brother. Says, do you think AK plans to fix this via free agency? Not saying he can do it. He better goddamn well be, bro. Like, what do you mean? He better. If I'm telling you right now, bro, if he really comes out of this offseason and we make a signing that it's like, oh yeah, by the way, we re-signed Andre Drummond and we brought in Malik Monk and Trey Jones, I'm gonna be looking at you like, you bitch ass motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I'm this close from being like, hey, bro, AK and Mark, blink twice if Jerry telling y'all to do something that y'all ain't supposed to be doing. For real, because the moves that it's like they're handcuffed. It's like they handcuffed what to say, not what to say, and with their actual movement. Like they feel I don't know if y'all ever just listen to how Mark talk when he's with the Denver. I'm not Mark. AK talk when he's with Denver, and even when Mark was with Toronto. He went into depth of how he thought about things, where he wanted to move. Now it sounds like somebody gave him a piece of paper out there that says, say these words, and you cannot say these certain things. Because it's
I wouldn't put it past Jerry, bro.
I pay attention to body language very much. When you looking up in the sky, you fidgeting. You ain't confident in what you saying.
He said Jerry the puppet master, King Jermaine.
Vince McMahon.
That is scary as fuck, but you are absolutely goddamn
Vince
right.
McMahon.
Like, he is Vince McMahon.
You know what it feels like? It feels like when the Bears got John Fox. We thought, okay, we got a real coach coming in, or we got a decent we didn't really have a decent GM, but we just felt like changing of the guard. It just took till we realized it took the owner to say, bro, I don't know football. I'm a fan. Let me hire somebody that knows what they're doing. Jerry needs to do that. And until he does that, it's not going to work.
Here's the thing. I do think Jerry can get out the way. We saw it happen with Pax. Like before Gar Foreman came over, Pax rebuilt the team nicely.
Person.
Huh?
I mean, Pax, don't get me wrong. Pax won like the worst. But like, don't give up. Don't get out the way for them fools. Like, that's my thing. Like,
Pax was good when he first started. Like, Pax just...
who did he punch? Then he punched somebody or hit
Vinny Del Negro.
Bro, you say, but Haize, you say it all the time. What did Pac tell Jerry?
Oh yeah, he said, I don't know how to do my job anymore. That's what it took for Jerry to fire. If it wasn't for John Paxson's awareness, Paxson would still be the president of basketball operations right now.
And that's scary to think about.
And keep in mind, even after Pax left and they hired AK and Eversley, they tried to convince AK to keep on fucking Jim Boylan.
Oh, bro, and I just realized what y'all was talking about. That man punched Vinny Del Negro, and Vinny got fired.
Right. At that point, I was like, John Paxson got to have like the biggest blackmail pictures in the safe in his house somewhere, bro, because there's no way you can punch the coach.
and they get rid of the coach. Jeez. The coach that actually developed somebody.
Imagine if you punch your employee and that employee gets... Do you know how many lawsuits there would be there for that?
Bro, I'd love to see that court or that jury.
Bro, that motherfucker... Listen, if one of my bosses punched me and then they fired me, I'd be smiling the whole way home because I'm about to get paid off this lawsuit. That's the kind of dysfunction we have in this organization.
Do y'all think that Zach LaVine was kind of paying lip service yesterday, like by saying me and DeMar are best friends and all that, because it didn't look like it throughout the season.
Here's my issue with Zach. As if nobody else is going to put pressure on this franchise, it is up to the best player. It is up for Zach LaVine to say, we need to improve. I'm not saying necessarily say that at that press conference. I would have loved it to, but look at De'Aaron Fox, for example. Mm-hmm. The Kings started making changes when De'Aaron Fox said, something got to change here. And he wasn't even he was still building up his stardom.
Facts. Mm-hmm. He said it with a dead face.
Listen, until Zach LaVine grows some balls and stops doing the fake ass deep voice when he gets out in public, that shit don't matter, bro. Zach LaVine needs to be able to say, listen.
Hey, he basically just told Zach, sound your skin tone, my God. Sound your skin tone.
Zach LaVine needs to be able to say, hey, this ain't it. This is not working. We tried. We fought hard. I love my teammates, but we got to get better. That's
Right.
I'm not asking you to come out and
That's
say,
it.
hey, listen, Io DeSumo can't hit a shot to save his goddamn life. I'm not asking you to come out and be like, Billy Donovan chews more goddamn gum than he draws up a game plan. I'm here. I got you. I'll say that. But I need you as the best player to say, this ain't it. That's it. Just say that.
And he was just stating the obvious, talking about like, bro, out of all the dudes I've ever played with, I'm the most confident with him. Motherfucker, you ain't played with nobody.
Bro. And then like Zach got work to do. My nigga, you can't go left to save your life. You go away from your greatest strengths, which is catch and shoot threes and driving to the basket. And for some reason, in the last game of the season, Zach allowed the referees to deter him from attacking the basket because they wouldn't call fouls. So it's like, my dude, you got to play through stuff like that. That's why I bring up the contract. I know we're not supposed to care about people's pockets over here in the Central family, but I think about that contract because of things like that. Like, my guy, you got to go out there and play like the max player. And that's what you did when you dropped 39. You took over. Zach had a look in his eye that I hadn't seen but maybe once or twice all season when he took over that play-in game. And we need that from him every night as opposed to once or twice a year.
And one thing I'm just going to say real quickly. Zach, you can't act like you the man when you mad.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you always do. When you mad, that's when that alpha come out. When you mad, that's when you like, oh, I need to turn. You need to be that 24/7. I don't want to see you smiling. I don't want to see you high-fiving. Stop saying the obvious. Kill mode.
Bro, I want you to be in kill mode when you brushing your teeth.
Bro.
Like, what's wrong with you?
For real, I'm so tired of the lip service. Oh, this the best player. You ain't played with nobody. This is your best team you've ever been on. Just because it's your best team, you comfortable with players. These some of the best players you have ever played with in your life. Don't mean it's going to work. This is the NBA. Everybody is raw. Duh.
Even with all the stuff that was said yesterday, when DeRozan told everybody with a straight face that he's gonna shoot more threes, I'm like, dude, come on now.
That's not the answer.
Yeah.
How about you play defense all the time? How about you don't turn into the DeMar show? How about you go to coach and say, hey, yo, this ISO and pick and roll, the system is not working.
Oh, and don't forget, switch everything. Switch everything. Even though we have the worst switching defense in the league, switch everything. Even though we're playing small, and every time you switch, you're just increasing the size disadvantage. Keep switching everything.
And don't move your feet. Don't play defense with your feet. Just swipe at the ball when you can.
Slap him. Foul him. For real. If you listen to Billy, that's what he told them. That was the game plan defensive wise down the stretch in both of those playing games. He told them to swipe at the hand, not shuffle your feet like what they told you in grade school. He said swipe at the hand. Yes, it works. Yes, it works. But it takes a particular skill. And it only worked well is when AC and Javante or when Lonzo was there. Your main dude gone.
Yeah.
So you need to like one thing I need Billy to start doing, because I gotta say it like this because he's not going nowhere. You have to coach with what you got, not turn them to what you want them to be. You gotta coach them with what you got and run the best system that they can run.
That sound like Matt Nagy. That sound like Matt Nagy.
Yeah, I got my Denny's clipboard
Billy
with my
Del
17
Nagy.
plays.
That's who Billy Donovan is. Billy Del Nagy. It's real talk. Like, bro, like, and again, I got it. This is therapy. We getting this out. Like, can the Bulls still improve this offseason? Yes. The biggest question is just, are they willing to do what's needed to do to drastically improve this team? And that's where I have like, say what you will about Pax. Pax always traded players at the right time. He got out of that Luol Deng contract at the exact right time, right?
After they tried to kill him.
Oh, well, they did. They did almost kill Luol Deng. Let Ben Gordon go at the right time. People thought like, hey, you letting this guy go who just led your team in scoring. He didn't do shit in the NBA after he left. It seems like as of right now, AK, at least what he's shown in his Bulls tenure, only 3 years. Let's see if it changes. But at what he's shown so far is that you're not willing to move on from these players. And that is a road to failure. Now, maybe we all look crazy. Maybe 6 months from now when the season starts, maybe Io takes a leap, Kobe takes another leap, Patrick Williams probably takes another leap, and we're all sitting back like, okay, AK, touche, motherfucker. But as of right now, we ain't seen shit.
Call me a crackhead on 59th. All I care. If you get it right, you get it right.
Yeah.
I'll be wrong. I'm not scared to be wrong. I'm just calling what I see. And what I see is bull.
So do we do the Bulls keep Vooch? Because if I'm Vooch, I'm leaving. I'm
I
looking
don't-
at the best
That's the thing.
situation and
I
getting
see.
up
That's
out
the
of
that's the question you should be asking: is do who still want to be here? That's the real question. It's not that can we keep him. It's do he really want to be here? He's
Well,
running out of time.
The new CBA says that he's gonna take a long, hard look at the Bulls because they give him a
That's a
big
fact.
boost.
Yeah.
So
the new CBA may allow us to keep him. But again, you could work out a signing trade to where he's getting advantage of like almost what contract he would sign with the Bulls in the signing trade. So there's a lot of options out there. But I
Jaylen
hope
Brown
Vooch
sign a
comes back.
trade. Jaylen Brown sign a trade.
Bro, listen, I
that's a
tell you what
dream.
right now, if AK gets Jaylen Brown this offseason, I will sit up here and take everything I just said back right now.
All of it.
All of it.
We could
I
delete
will
the whole video.
I
Yeah,
will
delete the
put-
video.
I will
Delete the
put
video.
AK face will be right here.
Bro, listen.
With a
Right
heart.
I
here.
will come
Hearts
on this.
around
I
it.
will come on this. I
I
got
don't
the
know about
Jordan
that.
shirt on now. I'll come on this motherfucker with an AK shirt because you know he's gonna have a press conference after
Right.
he announces Jaylen Brown. I will take a
I'm bro.
screenshot from that and put it on the t-shirt and be
With
on
that
it.
goofy ass smile, the smirk he be having,
What's the
just like that.
Is
That's-
this the
that's
Mars
goofy.
last year, right? He going into his last year.
Yeah, he's going into his
Yeah.
last season. Yeah.
So he got definitely a tradable contract. Vooch is a
Right.
sign and trade candidate. Like, so the Bulls got some type of wiggle room to make something happen. I just don't know if they're gonna do it. I feel like they still want to believe in what they put together right now.
I would trade him for a pack of blue fruities.
Those are delicious fruities.
The blue and the red ones are the ones that smack the most.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
Which
I would
red
trade
ones?
him
The
for
tropical punch red ones?
Yeah, the
'Cause
tropical punch red
them
ones.
the
Yeah,
ones.
the mug slap.
I trade him from that and a bag of Jay's chips, and then you can have them. Go ahead. For real, I'm
man.
sorry. Like I love him. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the entertainment. But
You know
I'm
what
trying
I'm
to win.
most afraid of? And I think this is what's going to happen. The most likely outcome, and again, I would love to be proven wrong on this. But Kobe saying it and confidently saying that he wants to be the starting point guard again, I guarantee you AK is going to run it back. And he's going to say, well, we feel really confident about Kobe White. He took a leap, with his development as a playmaker. We feel like he can be the point guard for us that he was originally drafted here to be. And I'm going to be sitting up here and looking, not because of Kobe. I love Kobe. And Kobe's development, hats off to. I love Kobe White. The first video I ever had that really popped up on the channel was saying Bulls would be crazy to trade Kobe White. And this was a season and a half ago when people were saying that Kobe was the one that needed to go.
Mm-hmm.
But if that's your improvement, if you think moving Kobe White into the starting lineup, into a starting lineup that as long as it still has DeMar, Kobe ain't getting them shots, all he's going to be doing is passing and playing defense, I'm going to look at AK in his face and say, you bitch, you did it again, and I hate you.
For real, because like I said, this team is not in a position to go off wonders and hopes. You have not proved, you have not earned that. If we was in the playoffs, maybe. If we was deep in the playoffs, I'm gonna say that. We was deep in the playoffs, second round exit at the 7 games, a third round exit, maybe. But that Kobe White, bro. We didn't draft him. What did we draft him for? It wasn't to be Mike
Six
Conley.
man. Yeah, it wasn't to be a six.
It wasn't to be a Zoe. He could score. That's why we drafted him. It wasn't. Yes, he can play make. That don't mean he's a playmaker.
That's a great point.
We had a super chat. You can see it.
Let's see. Yeah, Melvin in the building. Thanks for supporting. Melvin says it seems like his only plan was Lonzo paving the way, and that was it. Now it seems like he doesn't know what else to do to construct a better roster without relying on Zoe. Yeah, I will say that Zoe was a major cog in not only the now but the future for the Bulls. I do think that they looked at that Zoe signing saying not only was Zoe at that point 22, 23 still years old, that he can develop with Zach. He's going to turn into a killer. Him and Zach is going to be a backcourt of the next 5-6 years. I really do think that. But at some point, you have to. Lonzo Ball is facing a injury that the average return time is 18 months for a player for a player that returns slow from every injury he's ever had. He's returned slow, and he only has 24 months left on his contract. You tell me what sense that makes.
And ladies and gentlemen, I've looked the research up. Only about 7 people. And I mean, 7 people in the history of sports has recovered, and probably 3 or 4 came back to either where they was at
Respectable. Yep.
or better.
Yeah, I read the
And-
same report. So it was 45 people that were evaluated between 2000 and, correct me if I'm wrong, Steve, I think it was 2019 to 2022.
Yep.
And it was 35, 45 people. Out of those, only 7 people returned. Only 3 of those returned to professional sports. The other ones were collegiate sports. You know what that means? It's looking real slim. It's looking real slim.
It's looking real Brandon Royish.
It's sad. It's sad to say it, but it is what it is. When you start talking, bro, 40-year-old men have this surgery, not 22-year-old professional athletes.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm like, that's something my dad needs. Like
And you're
that,
talking about
that's not good.
6, 7 other opinions. Like he didn't just get a second opinion. He got as many rings as LeBron said he was gonna win in Miami opinion.
Bro, it was a point where they was like, bro, we don't know what's wrong with you.
They say, when a professional doctor looks at you and says, listen, we don't know what's going on. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like, I ain't got shit for you. That's when you start having some serious concerns.
Look, matter of fact, I ain't gonna even charge you for this one, Jack.
And I get it. Shout out to him for having the cartilage replacement surgery. But if you guys looked into the research, there's a video. There's an actual doctor who talks about specifically Lonzo Ball and what the surgery means for Lonzo Ball. And after watching that, because before I was like, hey, Lonzo probably can return. It's probably whatever. After watching that video, that literally is what made me say, oh yeah, bro,
depression.
Fuck all that.
It will send you into a straight depression. Bro. I know what video you talking about. He lays it flat. He's blunt, and he tried to be compassionate, but he's like, bro, it just is like he said, it's a very, very, very slim chance.
Put a clipboard in his hand. I love for Lonzo to be an assistant coach.
He would be a hell of a coach. He probably would.
That's probably the best we got to see him contributing to the Bulls winning anytime soon.
Look at the Lob Mob.
Lob Mob been tripping. Lob Mob is in the spiral, bro. Like Lob Mob that's my dude. Like first of all, Lob Mob's a big supporter here, so I always rock with Lob Mob. But the Bulls stressed that man out this season, bro. Like legit. Lob Mob, you gotta admit it. The Bulls, that man started off this season slightly optimistic, still a little down, but literally right now the Bulls could sign. I can't say that. I can't say the ghost of Kobe. That would get me in trouble. Yeah. The Bulls can right now. They could trade for Dame Lillard and bring in Jaylen Brown, and Lob Mob will be like, I don't give a fuck until they actually win something. Like that's what this season did to him, bro. Like it's deep, man.
I don't know what they can do. I really don't. At this point,
the game plan is hope. That's what it is right now.
I only got faith in a couple things in this life, and it's sad to say the Bulls ain't one of them. I love them to death. I'm gonna be a Bulls fan till I die. But the faith of a mustard seed ain't a mustard seed no more. No. Maybe the faith of a big ass grapefruit.
I mean, honestly, like when the Bulls lost the other day, it wasn't devastating. Like it didn't feel like, oh man, we had an opportunity.
It felt like finally it's over.
Thank you. Like, I don't have to do this shit every 3 days, every 2 days. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, it was literally. What did I say? I said, well, at least we get to watch some good basketball.
Listen, which is gonna be fun over on NBA Central. That's gonna be fun.
Make sure y'all subscribe. Bro.
But all right, man, we're gonna go wrap this up. We missing a good game, I'm sure, between the Lakers and the Grizzlies. I don't even know the score. I haven't checked.
It's about to be halftime.
It's about to be halftime. How close is it?
It's
42-35 LA.
Oh yeah, we got to go check this out. So
told y'all LA ain't playing.
Hey,
no, man, I told y'all that LA was gonna win this first game on the road.
I did too. Bro.
Hey man, it's gonna be a fun series. Listen. Either way, the Lakers, I can't even knock them. Their GM actually went out and improved their team at the.
Clap it up for Rob Blinker.
Yeah. So. And I more humbling for the Grizzlies. Humble them as much as possible, bro. Especially Dylan Brooks. Dylan Brooks really thinks he's Draymond Green, and you ain't won shit to get to that point.
Bro, I don't know why he think that. He
not even Bruce Bowen.
Yeah, he bogus.
Is he Keith Bogans?
I give him that.
No.
I give that. No, he Ronnie Brewer. How about that?
I would know because Ronnie Brewer was athletic and dunking people. I would punch Keith Bogans in the face if I saw him. Like right now, bro. Like, dude, you couldn't even be like semi-serviceable. Like, that's a championship team with a shooting guard.
Well, Kev, I would tell you losing that, your hand losing that battle because
it's worth it.
I hope
that's hilarious.
It's worth it. I see y'all niggas like, what up? I saw Keith Bogan.
You stupid, bro.
We out here, man. We love you guys, man. We out this bitch, man. Peace, y'all.
Peace.